Hey guys, welcome to the Whimsical Workshop. We have another sew sampler to unbox, so let's get started. Yay! So I have just gotten back from several weeks of traveling, and I apologize that we've had a lull in videos. I went to quilt camp and I went to New York and went with my father on an honor flight to DC. Honoring veterans and letting them see the monuments in DC, which was an amazing trip. If you want to know more about that trip, you can hop over to my Instagram, Whimsical Workshop, and check out the videos and the clips I posted over there. Alright, so with all that being said, this beautiful little box has been sitting on my table for weeks waiting for me to open it. So, without further ado, let's get this cut open and see what they sent us. Alright, it is very hard to get these and have them sit here and just look at you and look at you and look at you, wait for me to open it, but I do not open them until you guys are here with me. I do have some exciting boxes coming. I have one in the cross stitch vein and one in the yarn vein, whether you're a knitter, crocheter, whatever, it's just a yarn box. Still looking for some other quilting or sewing or crafting boxes you guys might want to see me open, so make sure you leave me a comment below and let me know if there is one you'd like me to review. So let's stop chatting and get this puppy opened and see what we got. Alright. As always, the sew sampler boxes are these cute little turquoise boxes. They retail $24.95 plus shipping. And it is put out by the Fat Quarter Shop, so it is a well-funded subscription box. They have the money for the packaging and the presentation. I do appreciate that, but I also want to encourage you to try the independent boxes as well, because though the packaging may not be pretty, the product inside is always really, really good. So this is the September 2022 box. It's called Life is Sweet. And there's little bumblebees on here. Let me just hold that up there so you can see it. As always, there is codes on the back. I'm going to block it because you need to be a member to get the code. This month it is 30% off pins and needles from the Fat Quarter Shop. They are showing you the magic pins there. I have to say they are the best. We even carry them in our shop. I love those pins. They're easy to grip. They have a nice silicone head that doesn't melt if you touch it with the iron, and they're super sharp, like super, super sharp. I bleed sometimes for them. But alright, so this is what we got inside our little box. You can see they carry the theme all the way through. This is the information of what's in our box. We've got some super yummy looking Riley Blake 10-inch squares, it looks like. Seam ripper. We'll look and see if there's anything unique about it. This is a magnetic seam guide that you can put on your sewing machine. Some thimble pads. I have used these in the past. They're very nice. And then we've got our pattern. And then our next block in their Fig Tree & Co. block of the month. So let's go through this one by one and see what we got. We'll open these up and take a look at them. And we will read their little booklet. So alright, I'm going to put my glasses on. I apologize if the ring lights make me look weird. I haven't figured out all the lights up here yet. Alright, so we got a Sweet as Honey Daisy Fields 10-inch short stacker. That is their terminology for a half layer cake. Well, this is 18 pieces. It's not even a half layer cake. Everything is coming up daisies with these sweet fabrics from Riley Blake. Daisy Fields by Bev McCullough. I apologize, Bev. Adorn sweet daisies and honeybees with modern geometric shapes and inspirational quotes. Let's see here. It's a beautiful mix for all the prints and shades of honey, mint, teal, navy that will make you dizzy with delight. So, without further ado, let's just pop this open, because I think half the video is all about looking at what's in the fabric. There's that. Now I'm gonna, I wonder if I can just slide this down. No, they're gonna make me open it. You don't want to open it. You didn't want to. Hang on a minute. Let's slide her down here. Let's see. Is that enough? There we go. So I can do it without unrolling it. Mainly because if I unroll it, then I gotta find a spot for all these loose 10-inch squares. So let's just try to keep them contained before the mess gets out of control. So we've got our geometric honeycomb and teal, yellow and teal, and then blue. We've got flowers, so just a basic daisy, and we got some scrolls. Those are really pretty with little bee silhouettes in there. See that? Those are pretty. So we got that in teal and yellow. Then we got a kind of gingham plaid thing going there. We got gold and navy. Ooh, polka dots. That's a good line if there's polka dots in it. And then we've got little dots. Then we got a floral. I hope you guys can see this. That's a whole nother, same floral, different background. Here's some more daisies. That is really a sweet little print. I do like the little daisies. Daisies. Oh, and here's the little sayings. Be happy. Honey, sweet to... I can't, it's red cut off, but they're all cute little sayings. And you get that in navy, and you get that in gold. Let's see. And then we've got... Oh, look at the little tiny, tiny bees, buzzing bees. And you get that in 2 colors. So there's, every one of them is different. So if you're going to give me 18, it's nice that they're all unique and different. A lot of the layer cakes are 2 or 3 of each print because most collections are 10 to 12 fabrics, some are 14 to 16, and every once in a while you get a 20-piece collection, which I'm assuming this came from. Alright, so yummy, fun bee fabrics. Then with the fabrics, we get the Sweet as Honey quilt pattern. This is a finished size of 38 by 49, so not super big. Looks like there's some flip and sew and some 1/4 inch squares, so nothing too taxing. Again, their patterns are well done in the fact that you get colored illustrations. Everything is labeled, and they do label, they tell you on the back what you need. So they are very well done professional patterns, which, you know, it makes your life a lot easier. And then let's see what else we need. So if you want to make the quilt shown, you need 1 7/8 yards of background and 5/8 yards of accent and binding. So again, with these, again, it's only a $25 box, so you're not getting a complete project, but you can, you have to add fabric to get this project using this 18-piece 10-inch stacker. But they also give you the information if you want to make something a little bit bigger than 38 by 50 or 49.5. To do a 72 by 7, cannot talk today. To do a 72.5 by 72.5 inch lap quilt, you would need to buy an additional 42-piece 10-inch stacker of this, 4.5 yards of background and 3/4 of a yard for accent and binding. So, you know, this is kind of like a starter to a project. It is not a project. We all know how I feel about that. But again, 18 10-inch squares, there is something I could probably do with this and still make something really fun and easy. I just have to go find the pattern for it. So we've got that and we've got that. Then we've got the magnet sewing guide. So how this works, if your machine has a metal plate, which a lot of them do, this is a magnet on the back, and you put this on and mark your 1/4 inch seam. So when you put your fabric through, it pushes up against the magnetic plate. And these are very popular on featherweights. Used to come with them way back when they first were made, and now they've kind of, they must be making a resurgence because I've seen them all over the place, and this is the first time I've seen one in a subscription box. I do have an original one for my featherweight from the 40s, but I will try this on my machine. Anything that helps you with a 1/4 inch seam is wonderful. I do have a full setup on my machine on how I use guides for 1/4 inch seams, and I can link that video below for you. If you are struggling, they're very inexpensive ways to do it. But in the meantime, they also have this little gadget. So I will take a try and see how it works and let you guys know. So let's see, this says, let's see here, Nifty Notion is strong, easy to use, and can be used on most sewing machines with a metal parts. Simply measure and place on the throat plate along with your desired seam allowance. That's the other nice part. Like, I have my machine set up for a 1/4 inch seam, but if it worked, every once in a while I have to do a 1/2 or a 5/8 inch seam. I could position this for the wider seam and not mess with my setup for my 1/4 inch. Let's see, parallel to the presser foot and you're ready to sew. So that's very nice. It's a neat little gadget. Then we got the thimble pad leather adhesive thimbles, and these are little stickers that you put on your finger when you're sewing, so you don't have to wear a big clunky thimble. I am a fan of these. I do have a really nice sterling silver thimble I use. I use leather thimbles sometimes, but sometimes it's hot. I live in Arizona. You don't want anything on your hands. Even that feels heavy. So these will come very much in handy. They are reusable. After you're done, you peel it off your finger and stick it on the little paper here. Over time, the stickiness dies and it goes away, but you've got 12 of them. So, you know, that's a lot of sewing. And then last but not least, we have a seam ripper. I seem to be collecting a lot of seam rippers. I don't know, I think it was a Sew Sampler box not too long ago. We got a lighted seam ripper. So it's hard to get like a repeat notion because, again, I know you could use more than one seam ripper, but how many can you use in a year? You should replace your seam ripper every year. So this will just go in the stash for that. This is the ergonomic seam ripper. And I do have to say it does hold well in my palm. This is a grippy rubber here and a grippy rubber here, which also can erase all of the little tails. The cap comes off. It's pretty sharp. It's a seam ripper. It's nice. I do have to say it's very nice to hold, but to be honest, I don't want to have an ergonomic seam ripper. That means I'm holding it a lot. But if you do happen to rip a lot, this might be a really good deal for you. This is from the Fat Quarter shop. Cute beyond belief. That's cute. They always like to play with words here. Is an ergonomic seam ripper, soft cushiony handle to go easy in your hand, and protective cap to keep the needle tip protected. Cuts through threads easily. The color is cute enough to leave it out when you're not daisy chain stitching. So there we go. That is this month's box from Sew Sampler. I do not know if I have a third one of these coming or not, but we'll be back next month with another unboxing of some sort. I do hope you've enjoyed the Sew Sampler box. I do feel like for $25 it is a very nice deal. It's a lot more reasonable for people who might be on a tighter budget, which I honestly, if they weren't doing them for videos, would be on the tighter budget. The average price for a subscription box is $40 to $50. So to have one of these guys slide in at half that cost and still be high quality stuff with a really nice pattern, it's a nice treat. So I would highly recommend purchasing the Sew Sampler box if you don't mind getting parts of a project and not a complete project. Again, the notions are middle of the road. I can't say that I've been blown away with the notions, but they are nice quality and they do work. So not a big surprise for your notions, but you do get something that is usable. And I have used the stuff I've gotten in these boxes. So again, if you're going to give them money, you want something in return that you can use. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of the Sew Sampler box, if you will be out and subscribing. As always, I purchased this box. I am not sponsored by them. They probably don't even know I'm out here making videos about their boxes. But I just want to give you guys my opinion as I get these boxes for myself. So with all of that, I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and ring the bell if you'd like to be notified for future videos. See you next time.